Sports Talk 1080, the team's Tuck and O'Neill. I'm Jerry O'Neill with Mike Tuck. We're reacting a little bit to the news coming out of the 2013 NBA Draft. Why the big smile? Because I'm a Hoosier. One of, if not my favorite college basketball player the last couple of years, Victor Oladipo, joins my favorite team, Mike, the Orlando Magic.
So we're clearly going to get an unbiased opinion out of you right now.
I've always been able to do that. Separate my love of sport or team or player for the moment.
All right,
okay?
Tell me what you think.
Well, after Cleveland picked Anthony Bennett out of UNLV, the 6'8 power forward, which somewhat shocked the basketball world, it left the field wide open. I'm not surprised when push came to shove that the Magic keep the pick and go with Victor Oladipo. He fits the Rob Hennigan mantra of team and hard work. And even though some may think that this is a bad draft overall, I think this is a kid who's going to have an important role with the Orlando Magic over the next year.
Well, I think you said it right when you said that word, role. I look at Victor Oladipo as a very good role player. I don't think his ceiling is going to reach up to the level of all-star. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I think that you're looking at a kid that's going to play in the league for 10 to 12 years. He's going to play hard. He's going to do what you ask of him, but I don't think you're talking about a guy that's going to be an offensive star. I think you're talking about a guy that can be impactful on defense, sure. But on offense, who's going to score for this basketball team? That's what I wonder moving toward the future. When are you going to get that guy that can put the ball in the basket?
Yogi Ferrell. Oh, I thought you meant IU. Now that Zeller and Oladipo are gone and a load of other seniors and some transfers, but I digress. The one thing about Oladipo, he joins kids. I mean, Tobias Harris, Maurice Harkless, the Vukovic kid in the middle. This is about team and about balance. And I think that's the part of the Orlando Magic that, Rob Hennigan likes to see. There's some similarities between Oladipo joining this roster and the one he came from at Indiana. Indiana had a balanced basketball team. Cody Zeller, Victor Oladipo, Christian Watford, if you remember, made that big three a couple years ago.
Okay, it's not Hoosier Radio, Jared.
No, what I'm saying is that he comes from a team like the Orlando Magic that struggled. IU was on the rocks for a few years. Tom Crean's first years at Indiana, that team suffered. It had to grow. It had to put up with losing. So Oladipo has gone down that route. So, no, he's not a savior. He's a kid that's going to fit in here. He's going to work really hard, and I think he's going to help his team.
My only fear is they drafted a kid that's likable, that's going to play hard, that will be in the slam dunk contest next year, and maybe win the slam dunk contest next year. But they passed on a kid that I think, and Ben McLemore is going to be a better player down the road, and maybe a potential perennial all-star.
And yet I don't know whether the Orlando Magic were looking for that guy right now. That guy may come either later in the draft or through free agency. And they think as of right now, this is the best building block to join this group. More than likely going to be in the same situation a year down the road, picking a lottery player, but this one's going to help immediately.
We'll see about that. I don't think you need the help immediately. I think you need the help down the road and pass on a guy that could be a potential star for somebody who is probably no better than a really good role player on a championship team. That worries me a little bit.
Let's look at, as well, briefly, of the second-round pick, number 51 overall. A kid who's probably going to struggle to make the roster. But let's give at least some props to Romero Osby. He's a 6'8", undersized forward. He played his last 2 years of college basketball at Oklahoma. He was a 2-year player at Mississippi State, transferred, set out a year, 5 years of college basketball. One thing that I really like about this kid, in a bunch of Big 12 games late in the season, he ended up shooting 68 free throws over a course of 6 games and made 80% of those. Hard worker, probably going to struggle to make this team, but it won't be because he's not going to work hard enough to try.
You said it. He won't shoot 68 foul shots in his career. I don't think he's going to make the team. But you said it. Rob Hennigan said he wanted to draft somebody that he liked. He said sometimes that's what you do in the second round is you just take somebody that you know is going to come in, is going to play hard, is going to test other guys. I think it's too crowded, the position on the roster, that forward spot, power forward spot. He's not going to make the team, but it'll be nice to watch him in Summer League and see if he can challenge some of the other young kids on the team.
I brought a prop as well, the last thing. We could cover the entire NBA draft top to bottom. This is it. This is the NBA draft from, actually, it's not. It's a phone book, circa 2008. But that's about how much it would take to discuss everything that went down in the 2000.
I didn't know they still made those things.
They don't. This is the 2008 phone book. It's been hiding in a closet around here, like you do on occasion. All right. Anything else to recap? Or are we done for now?
No, you can just rejoice in Hoosier coming to town. And
I love it.
Yeah, get all excited about that.
All right. We're Tuck and O'Neill, weekdays 3 to 7, Sports Talk 1080, The Team, Orlando.